What's a banging song from the 70s you're pretty sure 90 of people haven't heard in over 20 years? For those days when you need a solid groove that cuts deep, I always find myself going back to Little Feat's Dixie Chicken. Lowell George's slide guitar work gives it a southern swagger that's impossible to ignore. Plus, the interplay between the keys and guitar has this timeless, laid-back feel that just seeps into your soul. If you're after the feel-good tune with a side of homespun wisdom, this one's a hidden gem that often slips by under the radar. Don't You Worrying About a Thing by Stevie Wonder. All of Inner Visions is fucking killer, but I never hear people talk about this track when you've got Livin' for the City and Higher Ground also on the album. The opening track to High is also fucking killer. You can hear the beginnings of shit like Superstition with his use of funky clavichord piano. 80s, Rainbow, Stone Cold, Blue Oyster Cult, Take Me Away, Track 6 Dem 00 Zien Sequel, CHZCQX to CT8 ZUTM source copy link, Billy Squire, Everybody Wants You, Track 1 B Tactic 9 Xvagint 9, CTX 0 More Rakes or 3 Sway UTM source copy link context Spotify 3 app playlist 3A37 I9 DQZ F1E8 FI to GX G003BM. Banging, Supertramp bloody well right. It starts out with some solo jazz piano, transitions into funk, and then drops you into what feels like hard rock for a bit. Last time I heard it played anywhere other than my car or headphones was in the Cruella movie. I'd suggest Peg by Steely Dan. Come watch VLI7NDDQLVBO. But I'm not sure it really bangs. Evidently Chickentown John Cooper Clarke. Whenever I'm in a shit mood, the dark energy in this song really hits. The drum line combined with the high-pitched, whining notes that run through the entire song create such a tense and unsettled atmosphere. When I get fed up with something, and that taste of anger and bitter bile comes up to my mouth, this song plays in my head. For people in the US, Make Me Smile Come Up and See Me by Steve Hulley and Cockney Rebel was not that big of a hit over here when it came out in 1975. But it is such a banger. K of it because it went to 1, and I think was used in a commercial for erectile dysfunction medication. But I heard it for the first time a few years ago, and wondered where it had been all my life. Bangin', Foreign a Long Way From Home, Deep Purple Highway Star or Never Before, Aerosmith Mama Kin or No More, No More, Blue Oyster Cult Cities on Flame with Rock and Roll, Black Sabbath Symptoms of the Universe, Blackfoot Train, Def Leppard Rock Brigade, Nazareth Hair of the Dog or Razamanus, YT Forever, Inflation by Ernest Jackson Sugar Daddy, and the Gumbo Roo. It was recorded in 1975 but never released until Planet Money released it. Org Sections Money 2020 for 01091 to 22917 Farewell to Ernest Jackson, the iconic voice behind Planet Money's Inflation song in 2022. Hijacking this post to say, at the Midnight Special TV show has been uploading all their full episodes and musical performances from the 70s in HD with amazing sound. Tons of great performances in there. Chuck Mangione feels so good on people listen to this today. I guarantee it will lift your spirit. It's the epitome of the 70s, girls Donna Summer. Heard this yesterday and the cocaine disco it's great. Quicksilver Messenger Service had a track on the album coming through called 40 Days. And it fucking bangs man. Holds up to this day as a classic, almost hard rock song. And I don't know a soul that's heard it. This one just missed the 70s, being released in 1981, but it's a banger that most people just have never heard. Try and Fight the Good Fight. Mother's Finest Baby Love. Had never heard the song or of the band until it came up on a friend's playlist. Great funk rock song. Here's one that hasn't been heard in over 50 years. Okay, barely been heard. The Raven Alan Parsons Project. First use of a digital vocoder, I believe. Wouldn't have 90 of what people listen to today without experimental stuff like that paving the way. The Four Horsemen Aphrodite's Child. My dad used to rate this song when I was 12, and I still remember jumping on the couch. The leading horse was White, An Everlasting Love by Andy Gibb. They used to play at malls when I worked there almost 20 years ago. Well, there's gonna be a Freakers Ball tonight at the Freakers Hall, and you know you're invited one and all. Dr. Hook and the Medicine Show. I Can't Stand the Rain and Peebles. £99 and Peebles. How Strong Is a Woman and Peebles. Her Straight from the Heart album is just fire. Thank You for Letting Be Myself Again by Sly and the Family Stone. Changed the world of bass guitar as much as any single record you could name. Brand New Key by Melanie. LOL. I have fond memories of driving around with my mum and listening to this song. Some of my favorite times. Lady in Black. July Morning. The Wizard. Ready Living, or any song on the Demons and Wizards album. Uriah Heep. So underappreciated. William Devon's beautifully mellow 1974 funk hit. Be Thankful for What You Got. Don't Pull Your Love by Hamilton. Joe Frank and Reynolds' 1971 edit song. 25 or 6 to for Chicago. Great tune, and the guitar solo is just amazing. Alessi Brothers Seabird. Boston Long Time, Skynyrd Needle and the Spoon. Nugent Stranglehold. AC/DC Whole Lotta Rosie, Rufus Sweet Thing. Strawberry Letter 23. It was playing in a gas station the other day. Me and this other guy were singing along. It's 1969. But Got Myself a Good Man by Pucho, and the Latin Soul Brothers is Like Sunshine Etched into Wax. I Like to Rock by April Wine. Or really anything off of, which is a monster of an album. Some Velvet Morning, Lee Hazelwood and Nancy Sinatra. When Will I See You Again by 3 Degrees 1974. Hello It's Me by Todd Rundgren is an absolute bop, but I never hear it outside of my own listening. Ace T. Elmo's Fire from Brian Eno's Another Green World. Robert Fripp's guitar playing is amazing. Whatever There Is. I'm sure Seth MacFarlane will use a couple in the next seasons of Family Guy. Hocus Pocus by Focus. One of the few rock songs with yodeling. 1976's City Bore, the greatest story ever told. Friends by Spooky. It got September kind of vibes with a nice rhythm twist at the end. Bang Bang Out Go the Lights by Pat Travers Band. Oh Well by Priest, Evianix, Fleetwood Mac. Raging River of Fear by Captain Beyond. Seriously. Check it. Disco Inferno, the biggest banger of the 70s. Don't try to change my mind cause it's true. Samba Party by Santana. Such a fantastic song. Only instrumental but a banger nonetheless. Another Park. Another Sunday Doobie Brothers. And I didn't even like the Doobie Brothers. Tell Her She's Lovely by El Chicano. Jive Talking by the Bee Gees is a gem which I don't think is even in their top 10 songs. Cherchez la Femme by Dr. Buzzard's original Savannah Band. 1976. Wore that album out. White Punks on Dope by The Tubes. Marquee Moon by Television. Maybe not banging, but Quicksilver Messenger Service Fresh Air makes me smile. Frumpy How Gypsy Was Born. 1971 Fuzzy Duck Country Boy. Pick Up the Pieces. Climax Blues Band. IIRC. EDIT Average White Band. Herb Alpert's Rise. Robert Palmer Celine Shoes Hey Julia Sneaking Down the Alley with Sally. Barry Manilow Looks Like We Made It. Phasers on Stun by FN. Last Chance Shooting Star. Children of the Sun Billy Thorpe. Ballroom Blitz.